Hey, this is Carla Michelle. I'm so happy to have this time again with you on the Strong Women's Network podcast. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe and give your rating each time you listen to an episode, especially if you're an iTunes listener. I so appreciate that. And so today is a beautiful day. Today is September the 20th. Can you believe how fast September is going? Well, it is here, it is going, and more greatness is to come. Today we're going to talk about 6 ways you are slowing down your own growth and how to speed it up. Okay. 6 ways you are slowing down your own growth and how to speed it up. Let's get started. Number 1. So this is somewhat of a business term. Decline in sales and earnings. What do you mean? How am I slowing my own growth? What is decline in sales and earnings? Well, one thing about sales and the money that you bring in is there is a time where if you want to make it personal or you're looking at a product, depends, that it used to be that, it used to be the one. Or we can even take it into your place of employment or the business that you own, where you used to be the go-to. You were the knowledge. You were the wisdom. You were the product to have. You were the one that they booked. Or in the office, you're the go-to. You're the one that would drive a project. You used to be the one, and now you're experiencing that slowing in your growth. Now, you've had the impact, and it's gone. Or it's not gone. In some situations, it may feel like it's lacking or lagging. And you experience how it feels to have competition gaining on you. You understand how it feels to not be in that crowd anymore, or hang with those people, or be in that meeting, or be the outsider. The need for you has shifted. So if that's where you are and you feel like you're slowing in your growth, to speed that up, you have to be in that driver's seat right now. You have to think big again. Remember how you came up with the ideas? Remember how you used to deliver? Remember how to think big again. You need to figure out how to take yourself or your place of employment or your business to another peak. Where is the time spent in space and creativity? Well, if you want to speed it up, there is the time where you sit back and you create space for creativity. You give time to thought. And you move away from selling what you have and who you are towards marketing the benefits of what you have and the benefits of who you are. All right? So we have the declining in sales, and you're feeling you're lost. Your growth there in life seems a little bit different when it comes to work and what you offer and being on top of the game. Well, how to speed it up? Remember, think big again. Where's your time being spent? Ask yourself these questions. Where's the creativity? Where's the thought taking place where you can come up with greater things, with greater marketing of the benefits of who you are and what you have to offer? Number 2, something that is slowing your growth, poor performance. You're not finishing what you started. You're not connecting with the instructions that have been given to you, whether they're instructions from a coworker, from a boss, from a manager, instructions from a book you promised yourself that you were going to apply. Whether they're instructions from a book you wanted, you promised yourself that you were going to apply. Instructions from a book you wanted, you promised yourself that you were going to apply. Instructions from a book you wanted, you promised yourself that you were going to apply. Instructions from a book you wanted, you promised yourself that you were going to apply. Instructions from a book you wanted, you promised yourself that you were going to apply. Instructions from a book you wanted, you promised yourself that you were going to apply. Instructions from a book you wanted, you promised yourself that you were going to apply. Instructions from a book you wanted, you promised yourself that you were going to apply. Instructions from a book you wanted, you promised yourself that you were going to apply. Instructions from a book you wanted, you promised yourself that you were going to apply. Instructions from a book you wanted, you promised yourself that you were going to apply. Instructions from a book you wanted, you promised yourself that you You're not connecting with what has been giving you, not delivering what you know you can deliver. Poor performance is slowing your growth. Your own poor performance is slowing your growth. You're lacking in verbal and nonverbal skills. And, could you be lacking in nonverbal? It needs some work because people are reading your energy, your body language, your facial expressions. Another one, you're intentionally non-committal. Intentionally, you've chosen to not commit. You've chosen to not commit. You've even said it out of your mouth. And when you choose not to commit, lack of drive comes in. Okay, well, all right. Poor performance. That's what you're doing to slow your own growth. But how do you speed it up? Opposite. Finish what you start. Keep your word. Even if it hurts you, keep your word and then never make that promise again. What you read, what you've been given to follow, do it. How do you know if it doesn't work if you never do it? Deliver what you can deliver. Do what you said you can do and do it. Why are you holding back your skill, your talent? Do what you said you can do and do it. And these non-committal ways, these intentions, you need to consider intentionally committing. Don't let commitment stop you from growth. Go ahead and commit. Now, this is the thing. You have to remember, you're not committing to a person, place, or thing as much as you are committing to yourself to do all that you can do to that person, place, or for that thing that you desire. And then that will help with your lack of drive. Number 3, you are stuck in bad times, and that is slowing your own growth. You're stuck in bad times. Slow to respond to opportunities. You're miserable about the mistakes you've made. You're rehearsing all the negative narrative in your life. Something good can happen, and you have totally rewritten that story to be something bad because you're intentionally looking for holes in life because life is not always fair and you're looking for that. See, I told you. See, there it is. You're stuck in bad times and you're wondering why you're not growing as fast. It is time. Being miserable about past mistakes is like driving in reverse. Many people may use the example of driving and looking in the rearview mirror, but I'm actually going to say, when you live in the past, it's like you're driving in reverse, because if you've ever tried to drive in reverse, it's a skill to keep the car straight. It's a skill. Your left is not your left. Your left is now your right. Your right is now your left. It's a skill. And that's what being miserable in your past feels like. It's all off. It's out of sync. You can't get it right. You turn this way and it goes that way. Rehearsing those negative narratives. It's like you're staying in neutral. When you choose to rehearse negative stories, you're staying in neutral. No wonder why you're slowing your own growth. Now, it's time to speed it up. And that means you need to put your life in drive. You need to learn how to drive your life towards the life you want. And that is choosing a better life. That is making the choice to live differently. You want to get out of slow growth when it comes to being stuck in bad times? Choose good times. Choose the better life. Choose to live differently. Put your car in drive and take a different road. And stop revisiting that same place, that same feeling, that same energy that you know you need to get away from. Number 4 of how you are slowing your own growth. There's a slump in your self-worth. So self-esteem is, and I think it's self-value, I want to say. Self-esteem, self-value. Usually it depends on what we do, maybe our career, maybe our wins from the outside. Stuff that kind of feeds from the outside in. But when there is a slump in your self-worth, I have to ask you this. What are your opinions of yourself? What are your opinions? How do your values of these opinions distract you? So these are the questions to see if slump in your self-worth, one of the items that can slow your own growth. You consider asking yourself these questions. What is your opinion about yourself? And I hope you would write these down. What is your opinion? Honest opinion of yourself. I'm not very smart. I'm an imposter. They don't know me. They don't know my history. They don't know my story. And if they find out, so I'm just stressed all about it. I'm lying. I'm not really this person that I appear to be in front of people, even amongst my friends, even amongst my spouse and my coworkers or my workers. I am not this person. So what are your opinion? What is your opinion of yourself? And how do your values, because you value these opinions because you hold on to them. So you have found value in thinking those ways that you've listed. For some reason, you have found value in keeping that alive in your head. So how do these values of these opinions you listed distract you? And you want to know how to speed it up? You need to go to the source. What significant person or event started this decline in your worth? And some of these things you may need to do with someone you trust and just talk about if it's really intense. But there is always a significant event that has begun the decline in your self-worth. And then you need to ask yourself, why have you chosen to remain connected with the feeling of the pain associated with that event? Why are you choosing to remain connected with the feeling, not the person, not the feeling? Because the only thing we can hold from the past is a feeling. The past, the action in the past is gone. It may be recorded, but it's gone. And the only thing that's keeping it alive is the feeling you have about that situation. So working on the feeling and disconnecting the feeling and connecting it to something more pleasant, like your victories, like your internal victories. The good in you, the good about you. That's how you speed it up. You're connecting back to who you are. What can you take pride in that's inside of you? Your kindness, your love, you're quick to forgive. And when will you allow the good things, the things you're proud about, the things you're excited about, the things that feed you, when will you allow them to lead your psyche? When will you allow the good to lead your will, your mind, your soul? When will you let the good lead your will, your mind, your soul? That's how you're going to speed it up. Answering those questions and making good decisions towards a better psyche. All right, number 5. The great squeeze. Huh? Yes, the great squeeze. So this is number 5. And we're talking about ways that the 6 ways. I didn't tell you there were 6, but there are 6 ways you're slowing your own growth. And this number 5 is the great squeeze. This is where you're pressuring others to make you great. You're slowing your growth, your own growth. When you're looking to have someone else make you great. Chasing in place of being pursued by what you aspire to experience. You rather chase the experience than be pursued by an experience. Which one do you think is easier? And you know me, I talk about sweatless victories. And sweatless victories is in that position of being pursued by what you aspire to chase. So if that is slowing your growth, the great squeeze, the pressure you're giving on yourself or others to make you great, not yourself, but others to make you great. And let me just go in a little bit on that. That promotion that you know your boss is supposed to give you is and you're waiting for him. And the thing is, maybe you will not get that promotion. Maybe you don't need that promotion from that particular organization because you need to go somewhere else. You've learned possibly what you need to have learned by being there. But yet it's the pressure, it's the great squeeze. You're like pressing them. You're pressing them. Tell me I'm great instead of knowing you're great and moving in sync with where the next move is. So how do you speed it up? Change your belief. Change your talk. And remember, you don't have to chase anything. Everything that belongs to you can just simply find you. You do not have to chase anything. Everything that belongs to you can simply find you. Just give it permission. Give it permission for it to find you. Make space for it to come. Because that great squeeze that you're pressing people with, it's slowing your own growth. You think it's helping you. You think it's like, this is it. But it is slowing your own growth. Even the horn, if you hear that in the background, agrees. Number 6 of the 6 ways you are slowing your own growth is you've bottomed out. You are slowing your own growth because you've bottomed out. You reached an all-time low. You're in the worst point of your life, right? But this is the funny thing about bottoming out. If you look it up, it's going to tell you you've reached the worst point right before you rise. And you are so stuck on the bottoming out that you're not realizing that the only place you can go now is higher. I think back on the times, and this still sustains me today, but going through my divorce, being laid off, just the hardships, of going to school and raising kids and just all relationships, things, and people, and just life. How about that? Just life. But one of the many things, but this thing stood out to me that I would say so many times, that when it looks like it's over, when it looks like it is over, when it looks like there's nothing else I can get out of this, then that tells me it's really just begun. Something has just begun, because I have bottomed out. I have nothing else to give. There's nothing else in this. There's nothing else happening. Things seem stalled. Well, that means, hey, it's really just begun right now. I'm at the beginning. I'm not at the end. I'm at the beginning. You're not at the end. You're at the beginning. You're at the beginning of having and being and accomplishing what you choose to have, to be, and to accomplish. So 6 ways you are slowing your own growth is being focused on the decline of your sales. Who you used to be. What people used to look at you as. The title that you used to carry. That's going to slow your own growth. How do you speed it up? Move away, or I should say, move into marketing the benefits of what you have. Poor performance will slow you down. It'll slow your growth down. Poor performance. Finish what you started. Connect with the instructions that have been given to you. Deliver what you said you can deliver, or stop lying and just only deliver what you can deliver. Work on your interpersonal skills, verbal and nonverbal. Work on those and be intentional and have some drive. You stuck in bad times? Come on. Let's get the car and drive. Stop driving in reverse. Stop staying in neutral. Choose a better life and put your life on the road into where you see it going. Slump of self-worth. Number 4 is slowing your own growth down, is your slump in your self-worth. Check your opinion of yourself. And you should do this as often as you need to. When you feel that the negative narrative is having its way, sit down and spend some time and journal about where you are and your opinion of yourself. And is it a healthy one? And rehearse the victories. Reconnect with the good, not the pain. The pain that you feel is a feeling. The past is gone. You hold on to the pain. You've held on to the feeling. And the change comes with letting go of the pain and letting go of using the pain as a armor against anything else happening. It doesn't protect you. It just makes it hurt worse. So allow your space for the good that you do and revive your self-worth again. Number 5, the great squeeze. You're slowing your own growth when you're squeezing and pressuring people to make you great. Change your belief. Do what you know how to do. You don't have to chase anything. Remember, marketing your benefits. And then number 6, bottoming out. That's slowing down your growth. But how do you speed it up? You have to remember that you can reach the lowest point right before you rise. When it looks like it is over, you have really, truly just begun. All right. There you have it. 6 ways you're slowing your own growth and how to speed it up with Carla Michelle. And I love hearing from you. Go ahead and feel free to send me an email at hello@drcarlainc.com, as well as follow me on Instagram at Ms. MS Carla Michelle. I'd love to see you there, and let me know you're listening. All right, I will see you next time. Take care and stay strong.